Son, daughter, before anything else, I want you to understand what is happening inside you at this very moment. This is not just another ordinary night. It's not just the end of another day where you lie down trying to forget the weight you've carried in recent hours. This night is an answer. It is a visitation. It is care. Because tonight I am calling you to something different, to rest, not just physically but completely, to rest your soul, your emotions, your spirit. Because I saw everything that stirred you inside. I saw the thoughts spinning like strong winds in your mind. I saw your hands clenched from tension, your jaw tight from worry, your heart beating faster than it should. I saw your eyes staring at the ceiling in the darkness of your room, trying to find some meaning, some way out, some explanation. And that is why I came, to tell you with the gentle voice that silence is chaos. You will sleep in peace tonight because I calmed the wind, my child. There were nights when your pillow absorbed not only the tears that ran uncontrollably, but also the screams you never dared to release. There were nights when your breathing was too heavy to allow sleep, and the silence around you only amplified the noise within. While everyone else slept, you were fighting invisible battles. Your thoughts ran wild, remembering what went wrong, fearing what's to come, repeating the words that hurt you, and still you got up the next day as if nothing was happening, as if your soul wasn't shattered. But I saw. I always saw. And what I've come to tell you today is not advice. It is an intervention. Because I descended, yes, here, to this dark room, to this damp pillow, to this tired body. I descended, and when I descend, it's not to observe. It's to act, to transform, to touch. I touched the wind. That wind that didn't come from outside, but from inside. The one that didn't mess up your hair, but your hope. I touched the wind that blew doubts against your faith, the one that whispered, "You're not enough. Your story is ending. Everything will go wrong again." I know that wind. It blows on lonely nights, in joyless mornings, in conversations where your heart isn't understood. But tonight I silenced it with the same authority I used to silence the sea in Galilee. I said, "Peace, be still," and it obeyed. Because there is wind that comes from hell, but I am the Lord of heaven, and every storm that rises against my own surrenders to my voice. You may not realize it now, but from the moment your heart began to open to me tonight, something changed in the atmosphere. I began to pour peace over you, not the kind of peace the world gives, fragile, circumstantial, fleeting, but the kind of peace that surpasses all understanding, the kind that doesn't depend on how much money you have, on what people said about you, or what you still need to fix. It's a peace that doesn't ask permission from logic. It covers you like a blanket, enters your skin, flows down your chest, touches your stomach, reaches your inner being. You're going to sleep, not to escape, but to trust, not because everything is resolved, but because now you understand. I am here. Do you remember the story of the boat? Do you remember when the disciples were terrified, thinking they were going to drown, even though Jesus was in the boat with them? The wind was strong, the waves were high, the night was dark, and they screamed, forgetting that peace was lying right there among them, until he stood up and said, "Silence, be calm." And a great calm came. You've done the same, forgotten even for a moment that I am in your boat. You cried, shouted, tried to row alone, but tonight I rise in your story. I stand before the storm inside you and I say, "Silence," and the wind obeys, and the chaos calms, because when I speak, all creation listens. Son, daughter, this is not just a metaphor. I am truly here now, touching this tired body, this worn-out mind, this spirit that almost gave up. And I tell you, tonight you will rest, not just any rest, but the kind that comes when the soul finds refuge, when the heart aligns with eternity, when the spirit reconnects with the source. Because I am your source, I am your refuge, I am your shepherd, and you will lack nothing. Even if you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you will fear no evil. For I am with you. My rod guides you, my staff protects you. My eyes watch over you, even when you're not aware. And tonight is holy, for it was consecrated for your restoration. I calmed the wind that blew from the outside, yes, that one, stirring up storms around you, causing noise, shaking your circumstances, confusing your senses. But what I want you to understand tonight is that the most dangerous wind was never the one outside. It was the one you couldn't even name, the one that lived inside you, the wind of comparison that made you look at others as if they were always ahead, always better, always happier, while you felt behind, insufficient, invisible. That wind blew hard. It stole your peace, made you question your choices, your identity, your purpose, but I saw it stealing your joy, even in small victories, because you always thought it was too little, too late, too small. But I came to remind you, you are not someone else. You are unique. And your path is not an imitation, it is a divine plan. And today I calmed that wind, because heaven does not work by competition, heaven works by revelation. I also calmed the wind of others' expectations, that silent storm you carried for so long, trying to please everyone, live up to standards that didn't come from me, carrying weights I never asked you to carry. They told you to be stronger, faster, more productive, more perfect. And you believed them. You began to measure your worth by their standards. I saw when you tried to suppress your emotions to appear strong. I saw when you swallowed your truth to keep peace. I saw when you stopped being yourself to fit into places that weren't even made for you. But now I calmed that wind, and tonight you will breathe easier. You will return to wholeness. It no longer matters who doesn't understand your process, because I designed you, and I never make mistakes in the measurements. And the wind of guilt, that wind that crept in from the cracks of your past, that dragged back memories without asking, that reminded you of your mistakes as if they were permanent marks, that repeated, you don't deserve this, you failed, you ruined everything. I know how much that wind hurt you. I know the nights when you wondered if you could have done things differently. I know the shame you carried in silence, the regret you tried to bury, but I came to tell you, enough, no more. I don't see you through your failures. I see you through the blood of my Son. I don't demand perfection. I offer redemption. And where you thought there was a tombstone, I am planting a seed. Because even your past will bear fruit. I calmed that wind, and with it the accusation lost the right to echo in your mind. And finally, I calmed the wind of self-punishment, that cruel wind that blows from your own lips against yourself. That inner judgment, that voice saying, you're never enough. You always fail. You'll never be worthy of love. I heard every time you called yourself weak. I heard every harsh word you spoke against yourself. I heard when you said it's no longer worth trying. But tonight I silenced that voice. Because you are mine. You are my beloved son, my precious daughter. I don't see you like the world sees you. I don't evaluate you by your results. I see your heart. And even though it's wounded, it still beats. And that alone is a miracle. That's why I came with tenderness. Because those who've received too many blows must be healed gently. You thought you had to hold everything together with your own hands, keep everything standing, be everyone's pillar, be the solution, while your heart crumbled in silence. But now you understand some things only heaven can fix. Some battles are won on your knees. Some walls don't fall with strength, but with faith. So while you rest, I am rearranging. While you are silent, I am giving orders to my angels. While you sleep, I am placing the right people on your path, closing wrong doors, bringing unexpected provision. Because when I take control, even time, that which once felt like your enemy, becomes your ally. Time will no longer delay you, it will align you. Now, before you close your eyes, make a simple but powerful gesture of faith. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe. Listen to that rhythm that hasn't stopped. Feel it. That heartbeat is the sign that there is still a promise, still a story, still something new coming from heaven. Because as long as that heart beats, there will be fulfillment. And I never leave my children halfway. Every tear you shed was not wasted. It watered a new time. Every painful no protected you from something you wouldn't understand now. Every delay had a hidden purpose. Now the time of comfort has come, the time of my soft touch, the time of the invisible embrace that only those who know the Father can feel. I am embracing you. Close your eyes, not in fear but in trust. Do you feel the silence? It's not absence, it's refuge, it's embrace. It's healing, and when you wake it may feel subtle, but it will be deep. The weight will be gone, the pain will have lost its voice, anxiety will have weakened. You will rise not knowing exactly what changed, but knowing. Something inside was realigned. Your feet will touch the ground and feel stable. Your eyes will see the same world but with a different perspective. Because my presence took the place of fear. The altar was restored. Your heart was repositioned. Faith was revived. And deep inside you'll know it wasn't your imagination. It wasn't just good advice. It wasn't emotional suggestion. It was me. It was my presence. It was heaven visiting your midnight. It was my love embracing you in silence. It was my care settling you to sleep like a father cradles his beloved child. So now sleep, but not from exhaustion, like someone who collapses in fatigue. Sleep because of peace. Sleep because of faith. Sleep like one who knows they are being watched over. Sleep like one who rests in a safe place. Sleep like one who trusts that the final word does not belong to fear, nor to pain, nor to doubt, but to God. Sleep, my son, sleep, my daughter, because tonight I silenced the voices, I ended the noise, and I gave rest to your soul. Because the wind, yes, the wind, I have calmed it. And now everything is ready for a new dawn. And as the dawn approaches, know this: the rest you receive tonight is not merely a pause, but a preparation. It is a sacred space where your spirit is being fortified for what lies ahead. The battles you face are not without purpose, and the victories you will experience are already being woven into the fabric of your destiny. You may not see it yet, but every trial has been a refining fire. The pressures that once threatened to break you have been shaping you into a vessel of resilience and grace. This is the secret work of the unseen, where your pain is transformed into power, your weakness into strength, your sorrow into hope. Tonight, as you sleep, the walls around your heart are being rebuilt with stones of courage and beams of unwavering trust. The cracks that allowed doubt to seep in are sealed with the mortar of divine assurance. You are being made whole, not by your own striving, but by the gentle, persistent hand of the one who knows you best. Remember, the journey of faith is not a sprint, but a steady walk through valleys and mountaintops. There will be moments when the path seems unclear, when shadows lengthen and the night feels endless. But these are the moments that call forth your deepest trust. The moments when you must lean not on your own understanding, but on the promise that you are never alone. In the quiet of your heart, listen closely. There's a melody playing, a song of redemption and restoration that only your soul can hear. It is the sound of grace moving through your life, soft yet unstoppable, weaving threads of peace into the tapestry of your days. Do not be afraid to surrender your fears tonight. Lay them down like a heavy burden at the feet of the one who carries you. Release the anxieties that have kept you awake, the regrets that have chained your spirit, the guilt that has whispered lies about your worth. They have no place in the sanctuary of your soul. Instead, embrace the truth of your identity, beloved, chosen, and deeply known. You are not defined by your past mistakes or the opinions of others. You are defined by the love that created you, that sustains you, and that calls you forward into a future filled with hope. As you rest, imagine your spirit being bathed in light. A light that penetrates every shadow, every hidden corner of your heart. This light does not condemn or judge, it heals and renews. It reveals the beauty in your brokenness and the strength in your vulnerability. Know that healing is a process, not an event. It unfolds gently, like the first rays of morning sun breaking through the darkness. Be patient with yourself as you walk this path. Celebrate the small victories, the moments when peace replaces panic, when hope rises above despair, when faith whispers louder than fear. Tonight, you're being invited into a deeper relationship, a communion of trust and intimacy with the divine. This is not about perfection or performance, but about presence. It is about allowing yourself to be fully seen and fully loved, just as you are. Let this truth sink into your soul. You are enough. You have been enough from the very beginning. Your worth is not measured by what you do, but by who you are in the eyes of the one who made you. So rest now, dear one. Rest in the assurance that you are held, that you are cherished, that you are never forgotten. Let the peace that surpasses understanding guard your heart and mind, keeping you safe through the night. And when morning comes, rise with renewed strength. Step into the day with courage, knowing that the winds of change are at your back, that the storms you have weathered have prepared you for greater things. Your story is far from over. It is unfolding in ways you cannot yet imagine, guided by a hand that never lets go. Trust the process, embrace the journey, and walk boldly into the future with a heart full of hope. Because you are not alone. You never have been, and you never will be. Rest well, beloved. The dawn is coming, and with it a new chapter of grace, peace, and abundant life. In the stillness of this night, as your body lies at rest, your soul is awakening to a profound truth. Healing is not a distant dream, but a present reality. It flows to you like a river, gentle yet unstoppable, carving new paths through the landscape of your heart. This healing is not hurried, it is patient, tender, and deliberate, meeting you exactly where you are. You may wonder how to hold on when the weight of yesterday threatens to crush your spirit. Know this, you do not have to carry it alone. There is a strength greater than your own, a power that lifts the weary and renews the faint-hearted. It is the strength that whispers courage when your voice falters, that breathes hope when despair threatens to consume you. Tonight, let go of the need to fix everything. Release the relentless striving that exhausts your soul. True restoration comes not from your efforts, but from surrender, an offering of your brokenness into hands that are infinitely capable of making all things new. Feel the embrace of this surrender. It is not defeat, but victory. The victory of trusting that you are more than your struggles, more than your fears, more than the sum of your mistakes. It is the victory of knowing that your story is being rewritten with grace and purpose. As you drift into sleep, imagine the burdens you carry transforming into feathers, light and buoyant, lifting you above the storms that once threatened to overwhelm you. Each feather is a promise, a reminder that you are supported, upheld, and deeply loved. The night is not just a time of darkness, but a sacred space where transformation occurs. Just as seeds rest beneath the soil before bursting forth in bloom, so too does your spirit rest now, gathering strength for the new life that is about to emerge. Do not fear the silence. It is in this quiet that the deepest conversations take place, the dialogues between your heart and the divine, where clarity is born and peace is planted. Listen closely, for in this silence you will find the answers you have sought, the reassurance you have longed for. Tomorrow will bring challenges, yes, but also opportunities to walk in the light of renewed faith, to extend kindness to yourself and others, to live with intention and courage. Each step you take will be guided by the peace you receive tonight, a peace that anchors you amidst uncertainty. Remember, your worth is not contingent on your achievements or the approval of others. It is intrinsic, woven into the very fabric of your being. You are cherished beyond measure, a masterpiece crafted with infinite care and purpose. Let this truth settle deep within you, becoming a foundation that no storm can shake. When doubts arise, return to this place of rest and remember who you are, beloved, chosen, and empowered. And so, as you close your eyes, know that you are enveloped in a love that never fails, a presence that never leaves, and a peace that surpasses all understanding. Sleep well, dear one, for you are held, you are safe, and you are deeply, eternally loved. As you rest tonight, imagine the quiet unfolding within you like a gentle dawn breaking after the longest night. This dawn is not just the rising of the sun, but the awakening of your soul to a new reality. A reality where peace is not just a fleeting visitor, but a permanent resident in your heart. It is a peace that does not depend on circumstances, but on the unshakable foundation of love that surrounds you. In this sacred space of rest, your spirit is being renewed. The invisible threads that once bound you in fear and doubt are loosening, unraveling one by one. Each thread that falls away reveals more of your true self, whole, radiant, and free. This freedom is not an escape from life's challenges, but a deeper strength to face them with grace. You might feel uncertain about what tomorrow holds. That is natural, but let that uncertainty not be a source of anxiety, but a doorway to trust. Trust that the one who watches over you tonight is the same one who holds your future. Trust that every step you take is guided by a wisdom far greater than your own. Tonight, let your heart release the burdens it has carried too long. The disappointments, the regrets, the what-ifs that have cluttered your mind, lay them down like stones at the feet of the divine. They do not belong to you to carry alone. You were never meant to bear such weight by yourself. Feel the gentle hand that lifts those burdens away, replacing them with a peace so profound it quiets every restless thought. This peace is a balm for your soul, soothing the wounds that time alone could not heal. It is a promise that no matter how dark the night, morning will come with healing light. Remember, healing is not always visible immediately. Sometimes it is a quiet work beneath the surface, like roots growing deep in the earth before a tree blooms. Trust the process. Trust that what is unseen is just as real and powerful as what you can see.